So why multiple LLCs? An LLC or limited liability company helps protect your personal assets from business liability. Having multiple LLCs can segregate different business ventures or assets, reducing risk. So how many LLCs do you need? The factors to consider are these. The number of LLCs you need depends on your business activities, risk tolerance, and asset protection goals. To run a business as a real estate investor, and what about family-owned assets? High-risk assets. And how many is too many? We want to put the most money in your pocket and minimize the risk of losing everything in a lawsuit. We want to keep the cost reasonable, but we also want to simplify your life. Plus, we want to minimize your taxes. Rule number one LLC and bank account per business venture. Use separate LLCs for different businesses to avoid cross-contamination of the liability. Rule number two, one LLC per rental property. Each rental property should be held in a separate LLC to protect against the risks unique to each property. Rule number three, for high net worth individuals, for maximum asset protection, that is those with at least $500,000 to $1 million in liquid, one LLC inside of an asset protection trust. This gives you the maximum asset protection for your liquid assets when somebody sues you. The LLC also gives you control of the assets in the bank account until you need the trustee company or law firm to step in to protect you. Number four, one LLC for holding intellectual property. Use an LLC to hold patents, trademarks, copyrights, and other intellectual property. And then what you do is you license the intellectual property to your other companies. That way, when a company that's doing business with the public is sued, holding the copyrights, patents, trademarks inside of a separate LLC creates a barrier against business liabilities. Number five, one or more LLCs for business equipment and vehicles. Separate LLCs for expensive equipment or vehicles to protect them against operational risk. And then you can simply lease this equipment and the vehicles to your existing business so that when your business gets sued, it owns very little to nothing that can be taken away in a lawsuit. Number six, one LLC for high risk activities. Create a separate LLC for activities with high liability risk. For example, construction projects. Isolate these risks from other assets and operations. Number seven, one LLC for your personal use. For personal investment or assets, consider using an LLC for extra protection. For example, holding a personal investment portfolio or a valuable art collection.